Hey everyone, this is Tim from YourSixStudios. Today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to take apart your Joy-Con controller and remove the wrist strap. So let's go ahead and jump into this Nintendo Switch tutorial right now. So this is what it looks like all broken down for the Joy-Con controller. You're going to be removing the 3 screws. You're going to be having a spring that comes out, then the black part, and finally this little locking mechanism and this little clamp right here that has little teeth on the back of it. Now I will be using this Stanley screwdriver set with some flatheads in it, and out of this set I am going to be using a 1.4 millimeter flathead. And this is very easy to do. The most important thing is to have a level surface that's easy to see all the different screws, springs, and other mechanisms that come out of this controller. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin. So we have these 3 screws to go ahead and unscrew. So let's go ahead and do that now. And if you have a magnetic screwdriver or a flathead, this will work so much better with these. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove those screws now. And just set them to the side. Now let's go ahead and press down on the buttons and the metal part will lift upwards. So the metal part is off and I just about have this black piece off. So there's going to be a little black mechanism at the back of this black piece here. Go ahead and just keep it with it and just put it off to the side. And I'll show you guys how to put this all back together. So if you're having problems later on, just follow these steps. And also you'll have a little spring right here we're going to want to go ahead and get off. And this may be a little bit more difficult if you don't have a magnetic flathead or screwdriver. Got it? Let's go ahead and put that to the side. And make sure you don't lose any of these pieces here. And this is the only part I had problems with, is trying to get this piece off right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and feed it through here. And what I found worked was I just went ahead and twisted it and put it upside down. And then fed it through this way. And your strap may be lifting up at this point. So there we go. I lifted it through the back piece there. And I have the strap right here now. Let's go ahead and just feed the strap through the back end of the Joy-Con attachment. So it's completely off now. I have the strap in my hand right here and we can do whatever we want with this now. I'm not going to be using mine at all, so I'm just going to go ahead and probably throw it away. So at any point in time you accidentally flip this piece over, go ahead and pause the video. This is what it looks like. Go ahead and put the buttons back in here with the springs on top of them. And then the little plastic piece that covers the light goes in the center. Now let's go ahead and put this all back together. Now this may look a little bit complicated putting back together, but it's very simple. So I have this piece right here. At the end of it, I'm going to want to go ahead and feed this little teeth groove right at the end of it. So it's going to go in right here, just like that. Now let's go ahead and put it back into the main part. Line everything up. And if you're pressing down, it's going to try to lift up. So just a heads up, it may pop off. Now let's go ahead and put that spring back in right where it was before, and this may be a little bit tricky. There we go. Just go ahead and drop it in. Now let's take this little black piece right here and just put it over that teeth. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it in like this. So the two little bumps are going to be facing upwards. And then the little rectangle area will be facing near the top. And this is going to be very difficult. You're going to need small fingers to get this in. There we go. And it's just going to rest on top, just like that. It's going to stay in place once we go ahead and put the metal piece back over it. So let's go ahead and take the metal piece, and you can see a little notch right here that will line up with the metal piece. Let's just go ahead and put it over, and the teeth are feeding through right there. So that's sitting pretty good right now. Let's go ahead and put the screws back in. Get one in, and then I'm going to screw back in right now. And it may lift up on you, but that's fine. We got it screwed in. Alright, so I'm just going to go back and make sure all of them are tight. Now that I have all three of them in, and it looks like the middle one's lifting up a little bit. So we want to make sure this is flat across the top here because we're going to be sliding the Joy-Con over it again in the future. So I have everything back in right now. Let's go ahead and just slide it on my Joy-Con and just make sure everything is lined up correctly. So the first time you put it on, you might have a little bit of difficulty pulling it off. Just go ahead and make sure this is latched at the bottom, and you should be able to pull it on and off really easily. If this video did indeed help you out, take off the strap on your Joy-Con controller, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel down below for more Nintendo Switch tech help videos coming up next on YourSixStudios.